guys, and welcome back to Oyin Brandy's channel. You guys, the cat is already out of the bag, okay? You guys already know what is going on. From the title, you kind of know what this video is going to be about. So without further ado, let's go right into the video. So, obviously, we're pregnant, okay? We're expecting. But as of the time that you're watching this, you know what? At the time that I'm filming this video, I don't even know when you're going to be watching it. But as of the time that I'm filming this video, I'm about 6 months pregnant. Let me show you guys what the bump is looking like. We're bumping or whatever. Ooh. Yeah, so I just want to talk about like the symptoms that I've experienced through my pregnancy, because the truth is every pregnancy is different, very, very different at that. One person's symptoms will definitely not be another person's. Before I even found out I was pregnant, before anything about pregnancy, I feel like I just had this notion of pregnancy being so like crazy, because I've seen people that have experienced it really, really bad. So I feel like I was already preparing myself that, the morning sickness, the nausea, the everything, the fatigue, the way that the fatigue used to be portrayed in movies is like you can just be sitting down and you just sleep. Like you just sleep. I mean, for some people it's probably like that, but for me it's not. But yeah, let's get right into it. We're more than halfway through our second trimester now. In fact, we're very close. I think I'm about 4 weeks out from my third trimester. Jesus! So yeah, we're in our second trimester though. So let's talk about first and second trimester symptoms so far. Let's go. So first of all, this one really, really shocked me, is that I had no nausea whatsoever. Like I wasn't like feeling like throwing up, I wasn't feeling like puking, none of that stuff. I had no morning sickness as well. Like I wake up very much okay. Since my first trimester, right? I've been good, but I feel like I've had a whole different set of symptoms. So let's talk about the symptoms that I had. So obviously the first symptom that I had to deal with a lot was fatigue. I used to get really, really tired, but obviously I feel like for me, I won't just be so tired, I will just sleep wherever. I know that my body is so tired, but I'm still able to function. I remember the first time that I ever experienced this sort of intense fatigue. Olo and I went to the grocery store, and I remember just telling him that, and this was funny enough, this was before we found out that we were expecting, right? Olo and I went to the grocery store, and I was just telling him that honestly, I can really sleep on the floor of this grocery store because I am that tired. And now, even when I go to the grocery store, when I'm running errands, I feel it more. Like my body is like slow down. And every day, at least most days, I have to take a nap between 1 and 2 p.m. Once I sleep, take that nap, I'm ready for the rest of the day. But once I miss that nap, it's almost like my entire day just slows down. It just shuts down. Like, I get so tired. But yeah, fatigue, definitely one of my symptoms. And I think most people would experience fatigue during the course of their pregnancy. The second symptom that I experienced, and this one for me as well, I experienced it like pretty intensely in my first trimester, and that is bloating. I used to be so bloated, like before I even eat anything, before I even take anything, I'm already so bloated, and it almost looked like I was having like a mini bump, but trust me, that was not any bump. It may look like a bump, but that was just gas, okay? Proper gas. So I was to the point that my parents even thought I would be having twins, because why your stomach already that big in your first trimester, just for us to realize that sis is just gas, okay? Bloating was really bad for me. Another thing that was really bad, oh my god, I experienced this so much in my first trimester, to the point that I even started losing weight because I couldn't eat as much, is heartburn and indigestion. Like, oh my god, if I eat anything, the food is not digesting properly, and then it's coming back as acid reflux. Like I'm feeling this acidic things in my throat, like the intense heartburn. I remember I had gone for my aunt's birthday in the States. I feel like that was a bulk of my first trimester, and I feel like that was the time that I experienced this so bad. She had to buy me like Tums. And now that's basically what I take, but I'm experiencing that. But the thing is, you can't really use it for an extended period of time, right? I had to take Tums or Tums. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I call it Tums, whatever. Put it on the screen in case you're having similar symptoms and you can kind of see what you can use. It was so bad, guys. So bad. And I was just like, it was really bad to the point that I couldn't eat. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't eat, number one, out of the fear of, oh my God, will I be able to sleep tonight? In the morning, in the afternoon, but it became so much worse at night. I cannot sleep because my throat is burning. I cannot sleep because like this entire chest area is on fire from acids in my stomach that have come up. Whew. At that point, I was like, bruh, help me, God. No. That, I think for me, that was one of the worst symptoms that I had to experience. Everything else, I feel like I could manage, but whenever I'm getting that heartburn, it's really bad. And then I had to start selecting my meals. I remember I was like, all my family members were around. They would be eating amala, eating all this good stuff, spicy food. I had to leave that. I couldn't eat spicy food because obviously spicy food and certain types of food would trigger the heartburn, right? There's some things that I could get away with. Like at that point, I was taking more yogurt. I was trying to take more milk to suppress how I was feeling. Anytime I test myself and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to take this day. I'm going to take this pepper. Sugar for me. It's too much pain, too much trouble. Honestly, just leave it. Just leave it. And I'm so thankful that now in my second trimester, I'll talk about that later, but it's much better. It's much better. Yeah, so let's move over to second trimester symptoms, because honestly, in my first trimester, I didn't experience too much. The only thing as well that I probably experienced in my first trimester at the very start is that I was having a little bit of pains in my lower abdomen, but apparently that's normal, so nothing to be worried about, thankfully. Now let's move over to second trimester. My second trimester, you know how everyone says the second trimester is such a breeze that you get this burst of energy. Can't lie. Look at me. Look how energetic I am. Look at it. It's true. It's actually true from me. However, there's still some symptoms that have lingered, or like they will come and they will go. Obviously, fatigue is still there. I think fatigue is throughout your pregnancy. No matter how the burst of energy, fatigue is throughout your pregnancy. But one thing I'm very thankful for is that my pregnancy has not incapacitated me. So I'm still able to do the things that I used to do before, but just at a slower pace. Like I'm still taking makeup appointments, but just my normal day-to-day life, I'm still able to do it. Obviously, I can't like bend down forward to pick things up. I kind of have to squat down if I want to go down to pick something up. Thankfully, my husband is super supportive, so I don't have to worry about a lot of things, basically. I really do not. But now, in my second trimester, there's some symptoms. I thought heartburn was bad. Heartburn is bad, guys, but there's some symptoms I'm experiencing now, and I'm like, Jesus, the first one is the fact that I cannot sleep well, guys. I cannot sleep properly, and this is just because of, obviously, my tummy is now like protruding more, and all my life I've always been a chest sleeper, so I always sleep on my chest, right? Lie down flat on my abdomen and everything like that. With pregnancy, you can't lie down on your chest. After you pass a particular stage, I think once you've passed like 4 months or so, you can't lie down on your chest, you can't lie down on your back. You have to lay down on your side, and preferably your left side. My left side is the most uncomfortable way to sleep. So I try to alternate between left to right. But guys, it is so uncomfortable. It is so uncomfortable having to deal with sleeping positions. This has never been an issue for me in my life, and I feel like just telling my body that, please, this is just for a limited time, let's do this, it's tough. Obviously, I have my pregnancy pillow that helps. I'll put the pregnancy pillow that I have on the screen, something that looks similar to it. It really does help. However, it's not the same. it's not the same as lying down on my dear chest, okay? Oh my God. But again, it's just for a short while. We have to endure. It's gonna be fine in the end. At the start of my second trimester, I didn't experience any heartburn or indigestion issues. But then for the past week now, it's been trying to creep back up on me small, but I pray that it doesn't come back, because I really cannot deal with being food selection anymore. I don't want to do. I want to eat everything I see, please. So I just pray that it doesn't come back. But that's something that I've also been experiencing for the past week. Just heartburn, but it's not as intense as it was in my first trimester. I think now what's happening is that baby is kind of occupying a lot of space in my abdomen and moving all my intestines and all the things that should be in my belly, moving them into difficult situations, difficult positions. And so that's why maybe food is not going down as easily as it should, and then it's coming back up in form of acids. So by God's grace, this is not going to last at all. At all. And then I know that there's also this old wives' tale that if your baby's gonna have lots of hair, then you experience heartburn. Baby, please have lots of hair, but please don't call me heartburn. Okay, cutie. Okay, baby. Okay. All right. So let's move into the next one. I think throughout your second trimester, this is the most prevalent symptom or change that you experience. It's the physical body changes. Guys, look at my face. Look at my neck. Look at my neck. My neck is black. Yes, my neck is black. Look at my nose. My nose is big. But guess what? I don't care. I don't care. I feel I love myself so much that I'm nothing that would really put me down, especially when I know that it's temporary. I'm growing a whole human being in this belly. I'm growing a human being here and living life. Life is growing in me. Please, those body changes will have to chill, okay? But I think the one that can really get to people is putting on weight. Trust me, guys, this is not how I was looking at the beginning of this year. And I was telling my husband, is this how you married me? Is this how you married me? But so what you told me to, the weight gain is crazy. I won't even lie. Sometimes it can be really bruh, is this me? Is this me? But you just have to keep loving yourself and just keep reminding yourself that what you're doing is for a reason. And when the baby's out, hit the gym. When the baby is out, by God's grace, we'll have the energy to work out. We will have the energy to burn it. But also do not pressure yourself. Your health and your well-being, your mental state is much more important. Okay? Okay, girlies? Okay. I'm still on the whole physical changes and everything, guys. Your boobs, they're gonna grow. Okay? They're gonna grow. And this is a little bit of TMI, but since I was in my first trimester, in fact, since a few days after I found out I was pregnant, these huge veins appear on my boobs. And I think that those veins are obviously there to support breastfeeding and everything, but those veins, they're huge and they're visible, okay? And then on my belly as well, as my belly keeps growing, I'm personally more prone to getting stretch marks. So I've been experiencing quite a lot of stretch marks. I'm moisturizing, guys. I promise I'm moisturizing that belly, but these stretch marks are still coming. And it also goes back to one, loving yourself to the point where you're not letting these things bother you, and two, having a partner that really just genuinely loves you and just keeps reminding you of how beautiful you are, keeps reminding you that you're doing an amazing job, you're doing a wonderful job. I promise you, it helps to boost your morale, it helps to boost your esteem. Oh, love yourself, guys, because pregnancy is gonna show you pepe, okay? Pepe. We are now 31 weeks pregnant, and it's actually a countdown from here, okay? 9 weeks to go. That's crazy. Okay, that is very, very crazy. I'm just here to do my third trimester symptoms. I already did my first and second trimester, which you guys would have seen at the start of this video. So I'm here to round it up with the third trimester symptoms and how pregnancy has been for me throughout. I'm not even gonna lie, I think I've had a very smooth pregnancy, if I do say so myself. It's been very smooth, like compared to what I thought pregnancy would be like. It's not been that crazy. Is it a walk in the park? Absolutely not. But it's, for me, and people have it very, very differently. For me, this is my experience. It's not been too bad. If I would like rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, in terms of how good my pregnancy has been, I'll say it's been like a 7.5. But there's still that additional 2.5 that's messy. And when it's messy, it's very messy. Okay, so I have notes here because girls and guys that are watching, we definitely have pregnancy brain at this point. Like short-term memory loss. God, I beg, help me. So I have my notes here just so that I'm not rambling on and forgetting things. So third trimester, especially now, I'm in the stage where baby will be growing 0.5 pound every week. So this is where baby adds the most weight. Right now, I think my baby is about 3 pounds, and on average, babies are like 7 to 8 pounds when they're born. So imagine the changes that will still happen in the next couple of weeks. We've been experiencing very heavy kicks, so it's no longer like flutters. It's like, bro, I'm turning over. This is like a swing. So you can literally feel your baby turning in your belly. But it's a good thing, right? Because they even tell you count your kicks, count the movements. I'm not counting. You probably should, but I'm not counting. I'm not going to give myself anxiety. I know my baby's fine, but baby is moving very, very much. Another thing that I've experienced that I would say this one is really, really tough for me is insomnia. I'm someone that likes to sleep. I like my sleep. My night time is my bed. Like, that's the time I want to rest. But this even started like late second trimester. I would not be able to sleep. I would be in bed tossing and turning, just super uncomfortable. I'm not able to sleep. And what always happens is because of, I have to pee a lot. I wake up like once or twice in the middle of the night to pee. So once I wake up after my first stretch of nap, sometimes I'm not able to go back to sleep. And then I'm up from like, let's say 2 a.m. to like 5 a.m. Then I have to now catch up on sleep towards the morning. It's really, really, really uncomfortable. It's not fun at all. And I don't wish it on anybody. If you've ever like experienced pregnancy insomnia, please leave it in the comments. Please share what you did, what helps. But you know what? I found that I like to tire myself out very well, and then when I sleep, I crash. And once I wake up, I literally wake up, pee, and I'm just like, God, please help me go back to sleep. Help me sleep. And it's been working for me, so I thank God. But because those nights where you are not able to sleep, it's not fun. Another thing that I've been experiencing severely is back pain. Oh my God, severe back pain. And I don't know if it's the couch that we have. It's so uncomfortable for my back. Like sometimes Olu would need to like sit behind me so I can put all my body weight on him and just use him to relax. It's really not fun at all. It's not fun at all. Back pain under your like I experience pain like under my breast, like that bone that's like there. Oh my God. Nipple soreness, guys. It's currently cold, it's winter in Canada. So if I'm outside and like I'm not properly dressed, and once my nipples just, bro, they're going to almost be like, it gets really, really painful. Really, really painful. It's not even just the cold that triggers it. Sometimes it just happens. I think it's your breast just getting ready to, produce for your baby. It's just part of, it is what it is. We cannot come and kill ourselves. Another thing, this one, I've been having this in my first trimester. Very, very intensely in my first trimester, once in a while in my second trimester, and then now like more frequently a little now in my third trimester, and that is heartburn and acid reflux. Oh my God, you guys, I'll be sitting down and my throat will be burning, and it's so sad because it now makes you like select your meals. You can't just be eating anything because of the heartburn. But I guess in the third trimester, now that all your organs are kind of cramped because baby is taking up all the space, it gets even worse because your intestines, everything is just refluxing back. It's because they're tight. They need to stretch. Baby is squishing them. So that one is really, really bad. But you know what? I've heard a couple old wives' tales that if you have heartburn when you're pregnant, a lot. It means everyone's going to have hair. So God, I beg, oh, let's not come up to the full head of hair on our head. If I'm suffering like this already, might as well be suffering for something good. Okay. And obviously, there are physical changes that I've also experienced in my third trimester. Physical changes are normal. Your belly is growing even bigger. In my first and second trimester, I wouldn't say my face changed a lot, but now, guys, look at this. Look at my nose. Look at my lips. My nose is like a huge button. My lips are like and then obviously your neck gets darker. It's just hyperpigmentation all over. But to be fair, I think I still look great even though I'm pregnant. I'm a cute pregnant mama. Thank you. If you agree with me, comment down below. Darker neck, obviously. More stretch marks, guys. Hey. They say moisturize, but I have been moisturizing. These stretch marks are still coming. But you know what? It's for a good cause. They're more now. More. My mom-in-law sent me like shea butter from Nigeria. She told me to be like really massaging it in there. So I've been doing that, and by God's grace, it will help. But yeah, I think as long as I stay, what's the word? Moisturized, shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. All right. Yeah, those are kind of the symptoms I have experienced all through my pregnancy. Now in my third trimester, I'm not having too much like low abdominal pain yet. By God's grace, it will not even come. I just like your pelvic area. I just pray that, it will continue to be smooth, and even to the delivery of this baby, it will be such a smooth one in Jesus' name. All right, I just wanted to give you guys that quick update as to how we're doing. Let me see if I can show you belly bump. Yo. Oh, I don't know if you can see, but yeah, this is what our bump is looking like. It's huge. It is huge. We have a huge belly. But yeah, my baby's in there. My baby girl's in here. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.